Hello everybody, welcome to this week's vlog. As you can tell from the title, the main theme I'm going to discuss in this video is art. Since moving to Auckland, I've made an effort to visit as many art galleries or art installments as I can, and this is due to my interest in art, obviously, and that I really want to see how other countries develop and work with artists. As you can see, this is the Auckland Museum. I've presented this in my last vlog, I think. I think the Auckland Museum is just great because it's so calm, it's so aesthetically pleasing. You could just stand there, draw for hours, and all is great. I like that they presented the descriptions in various angles, so you could see from the artist's perspective to the history behind the art. I am also lucky enough to come across a group of performers. They are the ones seated on the floor in this clip. They are actually part of a project, so they come into the museum to dance and just feel the music and actually make music. All the information I've gotten came from the artists in purple. I'm just really inspired by them, seeing that they are so deep into their art forms. And they just don't care, they're dancing and they're doing their thing. And even though some people walk past them snickering or like pointing and stuff, they don't care, man. And that's the sense of like not caring. That is something I really want to become one day. I heard someone told me that New Zealand is generally a very scenic country. Like you could sit in any corner of New Zealand and you would see something pretty. Like if you just stood there and look at the sky, it's already really nice to look at. And I could not be any more pleased. That is why I took the cookies and sat by the harbor. Please excuse my feet, I swear they are clean. And yeah, it's such a wonderful place to be at the moment. It feels like a holiday even though I'm still working. That day I planned to head to my shift, but seeing that I actually arrived an hour or so earlier than I have to, I decided to eat and chill. And then I saw an interesting art gallery like 10 to 15 minutes away. And I thought, you know what? Let's go there. Spent 15 minutes finding it and I was like, where is the art gallery? And there it is, right in front of my eyes all this time. The art gallery I visited is built like a complex, so there are so many places to sit down and look around, but I finally found the art gallery that I intended to go to. The installments were very homey. I think the theme, as you can see from the card earlier, was about their families and their connection to New Zealand, the home they've lived in for all their lives. I'm standing quite close to this piece in particular because I wanted to see the thread and the embroidery up close. You could tell it's an old piece of cloth and it holds a lot of history for the artist. And I think bringing such a personal piece of your life to art is such a nice touch. So, after dressing up like Morticia Adams, I thought that I'm going to use the time before I have to go to work to bake some cookies. Wait, no, not cookies, scones. This feels like 75 grams. Do not do that. I have a confession to make. I cannot bake. And I think I have a curse in it. Each time I try cooking, baking in particular, I always fail. Like, no amount of good ingredients, recipes, bakers I've been with, I always fail. And it might be because of the lack of ingredient obedience I have, but I keep trying and trying again, even though I know the end result will be nasty looking bread. But yeah, I guess that's the art of it. Like, it's a skill you can't just perfect in one go. You always have to keep trying and trying and trying and trying, and you'll get sick of it. And sometimes I just wish I was good at baking as I am good at cooking. But it just doesn't happen that way. So far, I've only shown you paintings and art galleries. But art is not only about that. Art encompasses a lot of things, including performing arts. So I'm going to take you to a music concert, but it is very special to me because it shows off ballet as well. That day's game plan was to enjoy my day off. Okay, so I dressed up and I visited art galleries in Queen Street, if I'm not wrong. It's just so beautiful. I love the colors. I love how they piled up paint on the canvas so you could have texture as well as, you know, a lovely picture on canvas. I've also visited this lovely K-soup restaurant, and there I met the most interesting person I've ever met. He was around his 60s, I assume, and we sat like one table next to each other, and he started speaking. He asked like if I was Korean, if I was, I don't know, Chinese, and he asked what I was studying since I told him no, I'm an Indonesian student here. And he was like, oh, you're from Indonesia. I've lived in Indonesia. And I was like, for real? And he started speaking Indonesian and I was so happy. This person, he could speak 20 or more languages. He could speak German, Japanese, Korean, Chinese, and a lot of other Chinese dialects. And when I said I studied political science, he started talking to me about the political situation of the world. And he imagined America, Russia, and China as Athens, Sparta, and the Persians. Like, that is such a brilliant way to put these countries into context. Like, oh my god, I'm so lucky to meet this guy. And yeah, he just told me like, if you enjoy learning languages, you should try learning Chinese. And I was like, damn, maybe I should pick up Chinese. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this week's vlog. I hope the art you saw was entertaining and beautiful, and I'll see you next time.